I feel like for the second day, we got a lot done today. We're making pretty good progress.
I think we're looking okay.
We had the entire wiring harness for the LS3 kind of laid out. There's probably a dozen or more sensors that need to be all plugged in, crank sensor, cam sensor, stuff like that. All the fuel injectors need to be wired. The coil packs on each side get wired. So all that kind of stuff was done. We also installed separate sensors for the water temp and the oil pressure for the gauges that we're going to be putting in the dash probably tomorrow maybe when we get to wiring. We put a Vintage Air front runner kit on it. That basically locates your AC compressor, a high amp alternator, and a power steering pump that has an integral reservoir. And that's a single serpentine belt system. It's really compact, really slick. Cleans up the front end real nice, and it puts everything on there that we need.
Yes, we're putting AC, we're using Vintage Air's kit. The guys from Speedway worked on that today, got the evaporator all installed underneath the dash. Got all the wiring kind of in there, got the hoses ran, so tomorrow we can kind of run, once we get the engine trans and cab back on, we can run the heater hoses in and kind of figure out the condenser and dryer. I finished up the brake lines today, just bending them, flaring a couple more fittings, getting the brake light switch in there and one of the residual valves, let them all out, so that's ready to go.
We had the cab on earlier. Part of having the cab on and taking it off again was to locate a couple things, including the pedal and the master cylinder.
Yeah, that was the only thing I had to do was the master plumbing, because the only way to do that is put the cab on, locate your pedal, pivot point, pull it back off, and then we got that all
finished plumbing.
Yep. Ryan started the fuel tank and fuel lines also.
Yeah, we basically just ran a line up from the tank to the fuel pressure regulator, which is also a filter, and then ran a return line, and then just ran a length of hose up that will end up going to the motor once the motor's in place. So we just need to finish that up.
That's one easy thing about the LS's from GM is there's no return on the engine side. It's just one feed line into the fuel rail, and you're done.
Right, you run a regulator,
yep,
and a return line, and then one up to the fuel rail, and you're done. First thing in the morning, what are we doing?
I think we're gonna get that engine and trans in, locate that cross member, drill it.
Start the exhaust.
Maybe
start wiring the truck and see where the day takes us.
Yeah, I think we look pretty good.